Welcome to the Consulus Global Circle. The Consulus Global Circle is a bi-monthly online thought leadership and knowledge-sharing platform, commissioned collaboratively by the Consulus Global Network to share insights and discuss some of the global challenges we face today. It features global survey insights, industry and subject matter experts within the network, and external partners and influential leaders. We broadcast our Global Circle so that you can join us in the conversation on these issues and learn more about some of the solutions that experts and leaders in their respective fields have thought about to meet these challenges of today and the future. We invite you to join us today on our special program to discuss the topic of digital transformation in our increasingly digitally and technologically disrupted world we live in today. COVID-19 has significantly accelerated digital transformation in companies, with our global survey results showing that around 83% indicated that the crisis stemming from COVID-19 has accelerated their digital adoption or transformation. 42% of companies surveyed indicated that their business had to move much quicker in adopting online tools and accelerated their digital transformation roadmaps by an average of 1 to 2 years to adapt to the new normal and remain competitive as a result of COVID-19. Our global survey also found that around 78% felt that their companies needed a digital transformation strategy, and only 46% indicated that their company had some sort of digital transformation roadmap. Additionally, 46% are currently undergoing a digital transformation, and 20% have not undergone any digital transformation at all. With digital transformation being a key strategic focus of companies, it is important for companies currently undergoing digital transformation or are thinking of starting one to understand the reasons why digital transformation fails. From our survey, the top 3 reasons cited for digital transformation failure were resistance to change, 51%, lack of overall digitization strategy or unclear transformation goals, 49%, and lack of expertise, 42%. So, with the challenges of digital transformation, how can companies, both big and small, shape their digital transformation efforts for better organizational efficiency, and how can they ensure they are able to sustain transformation efforts for growth? To answer these questions, today's program features Michael Dye, the Global Head of Digital Transformation at Consulus, to share about how companies can lead successful digital transformations through what can be known as a human-centered digital transformation approach. Michael Dye is the Global Head of Digital Transformation in Consulus. He has over 29 years of IT experiences working as solutions architect responsible for the design, development, and delivery of various IT projects to multinational organizations and governments. He is conversant with digital technology, and his expertise includes cloud computing, enterprise security, IT infrastructure, and mobile apps. Today, Michael Dye will be sharing about his perspective on digital transformation.
Hello, good day to you all. Today, it's my pleasure to be with you at this Consulus Global Circle event to share my insight and experience on digital transformation. Digital technology has become mainstream. Over the last few years, digital business like WhatsApp, Uber, Netflix, and Airbnb have disrupted their industries. Their digital apps have forced merchants and consumers to change their way of doing business. The digital disruption has also created a breakdown between industry segments, creating completely new value chain and business opportunities. So here are some examples of digital disruption in the following industries. The traditional telephone industry have been disrupted by Skype and WhatsApp. The traditional music industry has been disrupted by music streaming services like Spotify. Spotify is the most popular and powerful music streaming services in the world. The success of the business is building a music streaming application network to support up to 100 million subscribers per month. The traditional retail shop have also been disrupted by e-commerce and internet shopping. Local supply digital marketplace, their portal are used to promote the local community to buy and sell from their local shops in the UK market. The fact is, digital disruption is inevitable, and it has caused many successful companies in the past, like Compaq, Borders, Palms, Blockbuster, and Thomas Cook brands, to disappear from the Fortune 500 company list. The main reason for their downfall is that these companies have not responded fast enough to a new digital business models. To put it simply, companies have to adapt or die. This COVID-19 global crisis has also intensified digital disruption, causing companies with huge financial losses. Massive job cuts has already happened in the airline industry, tourism and hospitality industry. Facing the prospect of financial loss, companies are dealing with the issue of laying off the casual workers and the permanent staff. Many executives are searching for a recipe for survival to transform their business or else face the bankruptcy. Other companies have been forced to digitize their entire operation to enable the employee to work remotely or to develop new digital services to continue to generate income despite lockdown. The reality is that companies have to start to pivot their business with digital transformation, to digitize their entire business operation and re-image the existing business to a digital environment. So what exactly is digital transformation? And what element does a successful digital transformation entail? Let me first begin by defining what digital transformation is. Digital transformation is the integration of digital technology into all areas of a business. Fundamentally, it changes how companies operate and deliver value to customers. This process of converting a traditional business to a digitally accessible format is called digitalization. The definition provides a simplistic summary of the essence of digital transformation. However, digital transformation is not as straightforward as it sounds. According to a Forbes article written by Bruce Rogers, he provided a harsh reality check. The 84% of digital transformation projects have failed. This is because businesses were not prepared to change their behavior. Only 16% of organizations were doing well with digital transformation projects because these people were aware and understood the challenge of digital transformation. The success of digital transformation hinges on many factors, like building a comprehensive strategic roadmap and having the right technical expertise and competency. But digital transformation is not about buying the latest operating technology or system to increase the efficiency. Neither is it about using robots or AI to replace the human workers. Thinking about digital transformation in this perspective can easily lead organizations to failure, as reported by Bruce Rogers. Digital transformation is about the integration of digital technology for the empowerment of people in organizations to expand their ability to move the company to new frontiers and enabling to deliver greater value to the people that serve. This is what we call human-centered digital transformation. Here are some important steps to consider to build a successful human-centered digital transformation. Step 1. It is to set a clear and consistent mission statement and define the scope and purpose of your digitized business. Taking this approach will ensure how new digital business model being designed and built to serve your customer, partners, and the wider industry and society. Having a clear purpose of mission statement will serve as the North Star to navigate various challenges and strive for a successful digital transformation process. Having a clear defined scope will help you to plan and allocate the right amount of resources towards ensuring a successful execution. Step 2 is to get a clear view of technical skills and domain knowledge gap of your workforce. Without the right skill set, leadership capability, and technical knowledge, digital transformation is very daunting. To cover this gap, a digital assessment exercise will be instrumental to help your company to have a clear view of your technical skills and domain knowledge within your workforce. The result of this digital audit will help you to develop a digital transformation roadmap and skill inventory of your staff. Step 3 is to prepare a digital strategy that raises the digital technology skill of your staff and empower your company to deliver the digital services to target customers. The digital transformation of digital business requires your company to build a sound digital strategy and how to re-image the business and serve your target customer. The process of delivering a sound strategy will involve all the key staff where they can brainstorm together to explore innovative ideas and to improve and re-image the business process. The outcome of a digital strategy plan will provide an understanding of your digital business with the contribution from the staff based on their business experience and domain knowledge. Step 4 is to identify untapped digital transformation opportunity for innovation breakthrough and tap into existing digital ecosystem. Once the digital strategy has been prepared, your staff can tap into the existing ecosystem and mapping out which digital tools and solutions that may be used to re-image your business. And this will also help to identify what technical skills required to implement the chosen digital solution. Step 5 is to build up a digital skill with the project team. Because staff with digital skill are the greatest asset to enable company to undertake the digital transformation for their business. Once the digital strategy and digital technology has been defined, you can use the information to prepare a digital training plan and upskill the key staff to support your digital transformation project. For example, your staff will need to understand cloud ecosystem based on a cloud hosting platform. If your digital business is going to be music streaming service like Spotify, or your staff will need to understand the marketplace ecosystem and e-commerce if the digital business is going to provide financial payment services like the local supply market chain for the retail shop. The advantage of tapping into existing digital ecosystem is to enable your business to transform faster by leveraging the pre-built fabric from the existing digital systems. To illustrate the impact of taking a human-centered digital transformation approach, I would like to share with you a case study based on a digital transformation project I completed for a bank in Australia. The bank was facing a serious digital disruption from other banks, and the CIO of the bank employed my company to undertake this digital transformation challenge. I was leading a team of architects and business consultants for the transformation project. On my first day of engagement, together with the CIO, we formulate and aligned on a clear mission statement and to conduct research on emerging digital technology that would help the bank to transform its legacy system to a more open, agile, and competitive digital environment. Understanding this value of a human-centered approach, the CIO gave us 100% support for the project. He had empowered us to interview and talk to the senior manager and the IT staff so that we could document all the technical issues and difficulties which had stopped the bank from expanding their banking financial service effectively. Because of the support and collaboration with him, we were able to clearly communicate the purpose of the digital transformation exercise and work closely with all the staff at the bank and completed the interviews and the assessment questionnaire with the bank's group manager and the technical lead at the bank. Through the insight we harnessed from the IT staff and managers, we were able to clearly outline key challenges and pave a new digitalization strategy and roadmap. However, most importantly, what enabled the success of this project was ensuring the staff at the bank did not feel threatened by us, because they were involved and informed of our work on the digital strategy, the target architecture blueprint, and the implementation roadmap. So in conclusion, the formula to drive a successful digital transformation will depend on how effective companies have accepted the digital transformation challenges to digitize and automate their business process. Keeping valuable staff is one of the key ingredients to the success of any digital transformation. It is because the most valuable asset is the staff's domain knowledge, which have been accumulated from years of working experience. Retaining this knowledge will enable the company to reimage the business process with their knowledge. Upskilling the staff with new technical skill is also a key motivation to encourage them to stay with the company. It is possible to overcome the harsh reality of 84% digital transformation project failure rate, as shown in this case study I did at a bank in Australia. The company will have a better chance of success if they are willing to choose the human-centered approach for digital transformation. The adoption of this approach will require the commitment from a senior management with a clear mission statement and the scope of the project. Your company will need to put your staff first by empowering them to learn new technical skills so that they can find the right digital solution to reimage your business. Thank you very much.
Hello and good day to everyone watching our Global Circle event on digital transformation today. My name is Rebecca and I serve as the Deputy Head for Strategic Perspectives at Consulus Global. Today, it is my pleasure to be your host for this very special global panel interview segment. We have invited 3 panel speakers who are CEOs of their respective companies and leaders who are spearheading digital transformation of their companies and shaping the transformation of their industries. Without further ado, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to our 3 panel speakers. We have with us today on our global panel from Brunei, Mr. Radin Shufri, the CEO at DataStream Digital. From Singapore, Mr. Joe Au, the CEO at Systec.com. And from Croatia, Mr. Matija Kopic, the co-founder and CEO of Hidden Brothers. Thank you all for being here with us today to share your experiences as leaders of digital transformations and to provide us with some insights on how your companies have managed its digital transformation successfully. Our first speaker, Mr. Radin Shufri, is the CEO of DataStream Digital, also known as DST, the largest telecommunications company in Brunei. This year, amidst COVID-19, DST has been expanding their digital transformation plans, including launching their very own innovation lab to catalyze innovation through students, businesses, and even government bodies. They have also partnered with leading Filipino software solutions provider Multisys to deliver better access and smoother user experiences. His vision is to continue DST as the leading player in Brunei and creating new horizons for digital businesses in Brunei. So, Radin, what were some of DST motivating factors and strategic goals of embarking on a digital transformation journey?
Thank you, Rebecca. Hi, everyone. We had this fortunate or unfortunate transformation exercise that went on a country basis, where we underwent a full structural separation from our infrastructure. That was in late 2019, where effectively we became from a full service provider to a sales core, and with the NetCo owning the infrastructure being managed as a separate entity. What we saw then was the opportunity to pivot and started with plans to overhaul our whole front-end system, and starting right from our core back-end systems. Now, this covered position gave us the opportunity to be more customer-focused mindset away from our network-centric thinking. What we call the case for application service provider model has become more apparent to us now, with our mindset more focused on services and functions. Digital transformation is the only way forward for us to manage our new agility. Now, digitalization is inevitable. We needed to emphasize the importance now of the ease of doing business with our customers, meaning that the ease of our customers accessing our services is now getting more important than getting into a commercial price sensitivity engagement model. We needed to recreate the whole value chain, moving away from best price to a best service, to be more competitive in this new retail service provider environment structure. Now, to us, there are three parts to a successful transformation. Number one is the system itself, identifying our new core back end and again unifying the whole of our front end. Number two, which involves processes, mapping these systems through mapping of a new revamp process. And number three, as with anything with any organization, the people is an important part of transformation, where it involves restructuring, reassigning, reskilling, and also upskilling them. Coming back to item one, where we identified our business support system to be our core backend, which forms the heart of the new overall system architecture. Our legacy system was not only vendor-driven, but every vendor would have its own ecosystem of architectural and separate from another vendor. We needed to unify that. And this also is extended to all of the touch points where everything was in piecemeal setup. Our transformation exercise was necessary to realign all our systems to drive towards one single unified customer experience. Customers are, after all, they're only interested in the products and services out of all this. Therefore, the processes connecting the use cases and the product creations are very important connectors to this transformation.
Thank you, Rajan, for sharing about DST's transformation journey. What were some of the challenges that you faced in steering this transformation, and how did you manage to overcome them?
All right, okay. We did our digital transformation in over what we say 100% digital platform in 100 days. And in that short time of period, it didn't come without challenges. We started off by coming up with a new system architecture, and which is an ongoing revision over the 100 days, given the very legacy nature of it. In simple terms, our systems were not talking to each other, but most importantly is the people aspect of it. We needed to share the digitalization vision, the strategy, the actions moving forward, and how every team in DST can help contribute to realizing it. Not only the possibilities, but also the impossibilities. We needed also to get our teams talking the same language and having the same conversations around transformation. Collaboration and mindset change, I think, are more important than technical transformation itself. What we did was we did the phased approach over those 100 days and reorganizing teams, and at the same time replacing our legacy-based functions in line with our digital-first strategy. And we also reviewed functions where it can be automated. Now, of course, there is a natural skills gap where we want to be today and where we are actually. We have introduced a skills requirements framework to identify the reskilling and upskilling of our teams. And on top of that, we have also looked at productivity tools alongside the organization. The end goal of this exercise is to increase our agility, to be able to address the market and also our customers internally and not be dependent on third parties. Now, third parties in part comes in the form of vendor support. Our legacy systems are very mainly vendor support driven without the network infra, and now with our new business support system, we would like to have the expertise to be done in-house. Now, where we then started off using the BSS, we started to redesign our whole digital architecture right back from the start of the back end to the front end. Now, for reskilling and upskilling challenges, there are two folds. Is in fact an opportunity and also a challenge. But as we move into our new systems, again, we also phase out the legacy systems in phases. There's a lot of gray area in between these transitions for both systems and people. During each phase of migration, where we took the time to reskill our team during each phase of building the incoming system. And by the time the systems are launched, the skills in building up this new setup would have been retained by internal teams. So it works both ways for both systems and also our teams.
Thank you, Radin, for your sharing. It seems like placing an emphasis on getting people involved through communicating a clear transformation roadmap and vision was cornerstone to kickstarting DST transformation process. And also really the very intentional management of reskilling and upskilling your workers proved quite pivotal in the success of your digital transformation. Our next panel speaker, Mr. Joe Au, has 20 years of experience in management, operations, technology, and solutions delivery roles with Accenture and WPP digital agencies. His current digital adventure is with Systec.com Private Limited, where he is serving as the CEO and is spearheading the transformation of one of Singapore's pioneer transformation companies and reimagining a new ticketing experience. His vision is to change the way customers discover and consume sports, arts, culture, entertainment, and business activities. Joe, with Systec being one of the largest ticketing platforms in Singapore, its digital transformation journey involved both internal and external industry stakeholders. How did Systec engage with industry partners in its digital transformation journey?
Thanks, Rebecca and Consulus for having me. Hi, everyone. Systec digital transformation process really required us to take a deep look at our legacy system and processes that were hindering our innovation and limiting the value that we could create for consumers, our clients, and partners. So one of the push that we did was to really focus on user centricity. Right? So due to the nature of our business, our users are really both clients like event organizers as well as end consumers. So we created a Systec Insider program to recruit avid fans of Systec, avid fans of our brand, to be our user base for user research, for feedbacks, for prototyping testings on our services and products. We also engage in deep interview sessions with our key clients and stakeholders to really probe and surface out service weaknesses and capture insights on their strategic goals and visions. So this really enabled us to design our transformation roadmap with an alignment to our clients' current and future needs. So we also actively shared our strategic development plans and initiatives to discover other possible areas of synergies, as well as means to deepen these partnerships. So unlike technology consulting and digital marketing, where I was used to be from, ticketing is actually quite a traditional industry. So for example, in Singapore, only about 50 to 60% of our tickets are actually in digital formats. And there are still venues and events who prefer to use physical tickets instead of using digital tickets and scanners. So use of data and insights for marketing and pricing, it's not very prevalent. And we hope to change that, right? So leveraging digital and data would be critical as we partner our clients to improve overall customer experience, widen our marketing and sales reach, as well as to move into adjacent categories and markets. So this would really involve collaborating and partnering with external stakeholders like our clients, venues, and ecosystem partners. Experimentation and value creation would be key. Internal stakeholders will also be another next important pillar. Like everything else that we do, our people is where our strength is. We need to build new skills and ways of working within the organization that will truly allow us to pivot into an innovative product and a technology company. This is still a work in progress. I joined about 2 years ago, so this is still something that we're working hard on.
Thank you, Joe. So how do you think Systec's digital transformation will impact both industry and society?
I mean, this is interesting, right? So Systec has already experienced this. How our focus in innovation and digital transformation not only impact players or industry, but can actually have a spillover effect on the society as well. The events and arts and entertainment industry has been badly impacted by COVID. I mean, nothing physical could happen. There's no crowding, no gathering of big groups of people and all of that. So our Systec Live platform, which is really a new live streaming platform that we've developed, was launched with accelerated development, has enabled arts groups, non-profit organizations, entertainment companies, and many others to raise funds and to monetize their content in digital format to sustain through this digital difficult times, right? So the digital format and the digital platform has actually helped in many other ways, because it has really enabled a wider reach beyond geographic limitations. You're no longer limited to the walls of a concert hall, and to a greater audience, especially to the younger, digitally savvy segment. So I truly believe that we could change the way events and activities can be discovered and consumed. Crisis creates opportunity. With the COVID pandemic, events and content have gone digital, and acceptance by both the consumers and very traditional event organizers have been accelerated, for better, for worse, right? So while the physical event experience would not be replaced, it will never be replaced. But I am very certain that digital experience would supplement and complement to further interest in this topic and events. So Systec wants to really to inspire ASEAN users to discover, to assess curated experiences that will enrich their life, be it leisure experiences like arts, sports, entertainment, and tourism activities, or business experiences like training, conventions, and conferences. So we want to be the technology partner to our clients to really enable them with new and data-empowered ways to engage the target audience, market, and to generate attendance for their events.
Yeah, thank you, Joe, for that sharing about Systec's transformation journey. I think what we learned is that digital transformation does not occur in silo, and that companies really need to take into account an industry-wide vision and strategy for innovation. We really look forward to seeing Systec's innovation slowly shaping a whole new experiences and whole new level of for events and activities in Singapore. Last but not least, our last panel speaker is from a company that offers a solution for the digital transformation of companies and will share more about the relationship between people and technology. Mattia Kolpik is the co-founder and CEO of Gideon Brothers, a robotics and AI company based in Croatia that believes in using AI robots to empower humans to excel in workflows that constantly grow in complexity. Mattia, at Gideon Brothers, you state that robots don't replace people, but instead expand what people are able to accomplish. Could you share more with us about the impact of your solutions in expanding human accomplishments?
Sure. Thank you, Rebecca, and thank you, Consulus, for inviting me over. Well, actually, a couple of things we need to address here. First of all, I think it's quite important to really have a good understanding of what kind of work robots are designed to do. Usually, in this day and age throughout the world, physical robots, autonomous robots that are capable of doing some things on their own are actually doing very much repetitive jobs, dangerous jobs, dirty jobs, which actually humans are not well built to do. And an example of such a job is transporting stuff from point A to point B. And I mean, humans are extremely capable in doing very complex things, like, for example, manipulating things with their hands. So it's really a shame to waste that capacity. Robots could basically free humans from tedious, repetitive work, really provide them the opportunity to focus on more interesting, more fulfilling, more value-added tasks, especially in the industrial environment, like warehousing, manufacturing type of applications, where robots are really taking over the neck-breaking work away from humans, while humans stay in those facilities and focus on more value-added things. It's really good for both people and businesses. Second, I think by having robots in an industrial facility, of course, we end up creating new job opportunities for people. They end up being more satisfied with the jobs they do. This technology actually ends up creating new jobs, new classes or categories of jobs. I've seen forklift drivers, for example, becoming robot fleet managers. And I mean, besides being able to actually do more value-added work, people can really specialize in using robots, new systems, integrate those systems these technologies into the facilities. They can specialize in servicing, supporting, maintaining those solutions. So there's plenty of new jobs being created as we go. And third, and really a very much a very bad thing for the companies all over the world. Many industries are actually struggling to find enough qualified workers to really satisfy their needs. Just recently, we heard about DHL really trying to pull additional 6,000 people during their peak season only in the US, and they're just struggling to find them. Nobody would want to actually do these kinds of jobs. So it really gives you a rough idea of what the market or the customers are demanding and how difficult it is to satisfy the market needs with people alone. It's really about people and robots working together, working very closely together in well-designed, harmonious workflows that can really bring out the best of both worlds and increase the throughput of the facility.
Thank you, Mattia. And do you think that technology can help shape humanity and a better world in our increasingly uncertain future?
That's a philosophical question. It's a good one. I think technology has always been a driver of many, if not most, advancements in our civilization's history. As we know, it has enabled extraordinary advances in different fields, from medicine to social building, finance, every other area of human life. And I mean, if you take a look at an example of a car or even a newer example of a smartphone, I mean, those technologies have completely changed the world and the way we know things operate, how the world works. Really, those technologies have shaped humanity in a way that I don't think can be reversed right now. So other examples, maybe more recent ones, the ones we're working on, are autonomous vehicles and robotics. I think generally speaking, we are increasingly becoming a technology-dependent society, and I mean, you can like it or dislike it, but that's the situation. So if we take that for granted, we can of course then investigate if technology can be used for good. I think if just taking the examples I just mentioned before. With a smartphone, you can just easily do so many things, run your businesses, reach your families, regardless of where you are in the world. It's a definitely better world for it. I think there are just like countless examples or ways that technology serves people. enriching their lives, enabling them to do things that were not possible before. I mean, generally speaking, humans always find a way to make our future a little bit uncertain, regardless of the technology. So I don't think it's really about technology. But I think technology can actually help us go through those uncertainties, through those challenging times, and just like make the ride more enjoyable. There's definitely a caveat I would throw in there. While we use the technology to advance humanity, of course, we must never lose sight of what makes us human in the first place. We've been witnessing how technology can be also weaponized and really can be misused to really obfuscate the very things that define us humans. I mean, after all, what remains of this world of ours if we forget things, simple things, human things like love, compassion, integrity, joy, curiosity. So I think we need to be careful, but I think technology can be definitely a force of good.
Thank you, Mattia, for your sharing. I think a common theme we see is the need to put people and humans at the heart of our pursuit of innovation in technology and digital transformations. With our panel session coming to an end, the last question is for all three panel speakers. What is one piece of final advice you would like to give to leaders who are currently driving digital transformations or thinking of doing so? Maybe begin with Radin.
All right, thanks again, Rebecca. Digitalization, I think, is inevitable. It's not a matter of when, let alone why. It's a matter of how. Having a digitalization strategy roadmap must involve people, as you say, systems and also processes. And if you need to go to digitalization, you need to digitalize not only some parts of your business, it has to be a holistic approach, and it has to be company-wide. Which involve your customer front end and all the way down to your productivity and automation of work processes as well. Set a digitalization mission, share it with your teams, and make sure all your teams are aligned, both especially in mindset and skill set development. I would say to a lot of extent, mindset transformation, I think, is the most important one to be addressed first. Always be agile, always be lean. When it comes to project service delivery, move away from waterfall project management styles into a more agile methodology.
Yeah, so I think key for me would be to really keep the overall goal in mind, right? When embarking on any form of transformation, whether it's digital transformation, business transformation, and so on and so forth. I mean, do not just hop on to the latest shining technology bandwagon, right? Any transformation is really more than just a technology. We really need to consider holistically changes to processes, organizational structure, people's role, mindsets, and all of that. It's not a one-off project. It's a long-term journey, and it will take time to institutionalize things like this. For example, in Systec, we recently shifted to support digital events because of the pandemic. We got a team to really understand and develop our own live streaming platform, leveraging existing platforms that's out there and so on and so forth. But as well as solutions to really provide ticketed access to this live stream and digital content, which is really new to us. But in addition to that, we also need to quickly understand what are the skills that we need to build and ways of working so that we can adapt to supporting virtual events, because this means that we are providing very close support to our clients throughout the entire duration of the event, as we are now actually the digital venue. So we need to really change the way we market and sell, as the consumers themselves also exhibit very different buying behaviors and expectation of virtual events versus physical. So 6 months in, and we are still learning and picking up new insights as we evolve this service.
Sure. I mean, the final advice that I would give to all the leaders leading businesses and societies in general throughout this digital transformation is that really everything starts and ends with people. And really the question we should be always asking ourselves is, what is it that we're doing that can really help our people to enjoy their work more, to have more time to connect with their loved ones, to share their thoughts, to commute faster, to be safer, to actually do more with less resources and less effort and less trouble. And I think that's the first step in every transformation, the recipe to success in every area of life. Just like put people first. And you can also read it like put your customers first.
Well, thank you, Radin, Joe, and Mattia, for your insights and advice to leaders today. Digital transformation definitely requires a holistic approach, taking into account the required mindset shifts and process changes to ensure long-term sustainability of initiatives. And definitely always putting people and the persons before technology first, in order to ensure that transformation enhances rather than complicates lives. Once again, thank you all for being with us here today as our panel speakers and sharing your experiences and managing and leading digital transformations today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We hope that you have enjoyed today's program on digital transformation and gained a better understanding of the importance of a human-centered digital transformation strategy. With that, we have come to the end of the Consulus Global Circle, and we would like to thank everyone who has made today's program possible, including our Head of Digital Transformation, Michael Dai, and our panel speakers, Mr. Radin Soufri, Mr. Joe Au, and Mr. Mattia Kopek, for sharing their insights with us. Finally, we would like to thank all the viewers for watching, and we hope you will join us for our next Global Circle. We look forward to bringing you more insights and have a great weekend ahead.